Okay, we are back. My apologies for being on mute. Okay, so Sag, hey, I'm very surprised that you are the sign that we are doing right now because the intent was to not go in the order of the zodiac, and you are after Sagittarius. Sag, you are after Scorpio in the order of the zodiac. So, but you're next. We're gonna honor that. But Gemini season is very interesting. Gemini is your sister sign, your opposing sign, your opposite. The sage is burning from the last live. Let's pray. Okay. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Sagittarius or whoever's called to tap into this video on their June 2025 monthly reading, or the timeline whenever they're guided to tap in. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Interesting. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. God, thank you for allowing me to be a clear channel and clear vessel. Thank you for divine protection. Again, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude, Ashe. So my throat chakra did a thing when I said divinely led. Let me add that to the list for you. I actually had to write the energy down for you because there's so much. So again, Gemini is your opposite. So I do feel like your mind is heavily active. It's like your mind is the Energizer bunny, and the more I get into the energy of your mind, like it feels like my cranium my cranium feels pressure. Some of you could be dealing with migraines or headaches. Number one, that's a sign of dehydration. Number two, that is also a sign of mental stress. No, I'm not a doctor, but that's what the fuck is a sign for. Okay, now let's start with divinely led. Okay, so getting into the energy of being divinely led for you personally, I do feel like, so the card that clarified me doing you next was the Ten of Wands. Okay, I'm actually going to show you the card from the deck that I pulled it from, and I keep debating on closing the sage or leaving it open. I'm gonna just leave it open. Where's the deck? Oh, it's right here next to me. So something that you're looking for could be right in front of you, but it's like your mind is too discombobulated to notice. This is the Awakened deck. But we're not using this for you. But this is the card. So, and just meditating on the energy of the card itself, I feel like there's a particular journey that you are on right now. Even if you're surrounded by people, you definitely feel alone. And you know, we always hear we're not alone, but for you specifically, and I can relate to this as well as a fire sign. But when it comes to just the light being lit within, you know, when I have moments where I'm just like, you know, fuck this shit, I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, it's not progressing in the way that I see that it should progress. Like the foresight that I have is not aligning with reality. It's like a, you know, lower self versus higher self battle. And when I get on that thin line of being like, fuck it, and I'm fixed as fuck. So once I make the decision of fuck it, oh, it's a fuck it, okay? It's like every time I get there, every single time, nonstop, like fucking clockwork. Somehow, some way, I don't know, it could be God, it could be my ancestors, but there is always, I feel like, an angel placed in human form to give me a word, to give me a message, to assist in, you know, re-sparking the light, and it's up to me to keep that flame lit. Now for you, representing fire energy, I feel like there is someone in your life, whether you are, you know, actively communicating with them present day or not, but there is someone on your journey that is unforgettable to you that you have come across that is an assistant. They're like, they could be a representation of an angel in human form, but they assist in sparking that light for you. I'm writing this, it's interesting because I'm writing down to ensure that I'm thorough and that I get everything out to you. But tying that energy and what I just said into being divinely led, maybe if I didn't write that down, we would have lost it and came back fucking 20 minutes later, okay? But tying that into being divinely led, I do feel like with that 10 of Wands, I feel like you feel that you are unable to have help and assistance. Now, it's one thing to have someone hold your hand through the process, okay? That's a representation and somewhat a mirroring of codependency, being codependent on another energy to get you through to the other side, to the light at the end of the tunnel, right? But that's not what this is, and I don't feel like that's what you're seeking as well. I do feel like you're taking on this role of autonomy and sovereignty in your own life, but there is some, I feel like there are just some things that you want to talk about, but you're really suffering in silence about, okay? And with that suffering in silence, that's why it's contributing to the mind and that cranium feeling pressure and shit. And I feel like there's a need, it's one thing to just express your feelings and express your truth. It's another thing to be honest about what you need, okay? Truly what you need, okay? Like Taurus season, I crashed out. What I truly needed was a fucking hug. I needed a hug, and I needed a human body that would just let me cry and not say fucking shit to me, okay? That's what I needed. And I gave that to myself, all right? But that's what I needed. And just being honest. And for you, you could need the same thing, but you're not speaking that. You know, you could just need somebody to pull up on you, but you're not speaking that. There's this energy of not being honest about what you need, okay? Or if you are, it's like, you know, you may feel like you're asking too much. It's just you're in your head about it, okay? And so with the divine guidance, and I've been in this situation as well, which is why I'm able to speak on it, but sometimes, you know, it will become a time where it's like you have no choice but to, I don't want to say seek the help, because you're not desperate per se, but it's more so you will crack. You will get to the point of cracking until it comes out. It's kind of like, you know, a ticking time bomb type of energy. That's the best way to compare it. Okay. So with how you're being, with whatever journey that you're on that is representing the 10 of Wands energy, even with his head is not high and his back is not straight. So that's a representation of confidence. You know, with whatever you're experiencing, you could feel, it's like you believe in a higher power. You believe in connections. You have a connection to your ancestors and your spirit team. But whatever this experiences particularly for you, it honestly feels like a war, an inner war against life and death with yourself, okay? And that's I mean it as intense as it sounds. And your energy throughout June, like you could be very, it's like, you know, someone touches you, you jump, like you're very unsettled. And the outside energy, it's not even the outside energy, the way that you are reacting, your physical reactions, your emotional reactions, they're very telling on what you're experiencing on the inside, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense, okay? Now, baby, your songs, okay? The songs were interesting. I feel like when you are experiencing a lack of clarity, and you're seeking guidance, and you know you want to be stubborn and just keep it to yourself, I love to use Shufflemancy. That's recommended for you as well. Go to your playlist, ask for what you need. You need a message, you need guidance, okay, you need some inspiration, press shuffle, see what comes up. Your spirit team has a message for you, press shuffle, see what comes up. But Somebody Loves You by Plies. That's a sad song, low-key. But Somebody Loves You. And as I say that, I'm hearing real love. I'm searching for a real love. So you could feel, what's it called when not necessarily give and take, not necessarily buying your love, but it's like, you know, well, it is give and take. You feel like you have to give to get. And if you, whoever you're feeling like this with, I feel like those people need to be on, I just hear the chopping block. I don't say that in my vocabulary, but some of y'all do. But they need to be cut off, pretty much, okay? But that if you listen, if you know the song, or if you listen to the song Somebody Loves You by Plies specifically, it's a song about pain, but knowing that you're not alone throughout the pain. And it's a song about loss as well. Now the last song, there were actually 3. One of them I could not remember, and that's when I decided to start writing shit down, okay? But hold on. You scared, stop acting like a bitch, you scared. Hold on, it's Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. I think it's Bia Bia, hold on. The 2000, what is this, 2025? That song came out 25 years ago. Jeesh. Louis. Hold on. Where's the lyrics? Ontario could be significant too. Ontario. Canada. I almost said Ontario, California. I don't know if that exists. Where's the lyrics? Please. Thank you. Okay, yeah, B.I.B.I. by Lil Jon. And that's connected to that energy of not feeling confident. And that's really, it's your fear. You know, they say the best way to overcome fear is to embrace it, to do it, you know? Also, there's something about a mole, and a mole represents a snitch, okay? So just be mindful of that if you're into illegal dealings, okay? You have someone untrustworthy around you. Also, be mindful of people that love to look up in your shit, okay? You know, when they get in your car, they want to see what you got going on. When they're in your house, they love to look around. Here, free browsing. Don't let people free browse. Watch people. You need to watch closely, especially in your home. But hold on. What was the right breastplate? This has come up before, but I don't recall. The right breastplate in the Bible. I know it's a part of the armor of God, but hold on. Somebody could be getting their teeth knocked out too. I don't know. These visions are wild, Sagittarius. Due to, I'm getting an anger response. That was interesting. Hold on. We're about to get into the cards. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, the breast. Why can I not say that fucking word? Plate of righteousness. Ephesians 6:14. Is that it? Hold on, June 14th. But that's a Saturday, I know, because June 13th is Friday 13th. Hold on. We're going to go to Ephesians. So Ephesians 6, it's Ephesians, right? You are definitely not grounded, okay? I feel all over the fucking place. But Ephesians 6 focuses on household roles and spiritual warfare, okay? Oh, this is tricky. So in June we have Father's Day. May was Mother's Day, right? Okay, I'm gonna read this, but then I'm gonna get into the verse. But it says Ephesians 6 primarily focuses on household roles and spiritual warfare. It instructs children to obey their parents and servants to obey their masters with respect. My spirit team don't like that. We just have a disagreement. Okay. Anywho, as unto Christ, it also encourages Christians to put on the whole armor of God to resist the spiritual forces of evil and pray continually. So it's the helmet of salvation, the breastplate. Well, I keep saying the R like a W. I don't fucking know. The breastplate, this is wear of righteousness, the belt of truth, the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit, and your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. But I want to make a point here. You see this? Okay? And you see this? You see the difference in energy? Okay? Standing up tall, ready, versus I can't take it no more. It's a different type of energy. But hold on. So yeah, you could definitely not be seeing eye to eye with your elders. Someone, especially if you're in a roommate situation, or like if you are an occupant and they are, you know, the leaseholder, it's like there's definitely power plays here. And I feel like that's that evil representation. It's a power play. And that could be triggering you at this time as well. But Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14, the New International Version, says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, which I just showed you the whole armor and read that. But verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, okay, let's get into the cards. 18 minutes later. Y'all could be watching SpongeBob. That was random as fuck. Okay. That's too many. So 3 cards came out. You could be seeing 333, but it's interesting. The card that I could see that came out is Death in Reverse. So, and it flipped upright as I'm trying to put it back into the deck. So there's definitely divine intervention, which is heavy. And you also have to remember, we are now 90 days in, basically, into this eclipse season. And the next one starts in September. So June makes that halfway mark. So whatever you were, specifically and directly, whatever you have been resisting to change, whatever you have been holding on to, it's like you're going to be forced to end it. Going back to that energy of like ticking time bomb, that is a representation of this. Okay, but let's see what your energy is showing up as for your June theme, Sagittarius. Spirit, what are you doing behind the scenes for Sag in June? I can't see what came out. Sagittarius. What are you doing behind the scenes for Sag in June? Woo, woo, woo. Hold on. I was gonna say you don't want to speak, and then fucking 10 cards came out. Okay, we'll take that one. Okay. I can't see any of them, but what's on the bottom is the Queen of Wands. And then underneath the Queen of Wands, you have Gemini. And we're in Gemini season, the Lovers in reverse. It feels like you feel taken for granted in something. Definitely unappreciated. It's like someone's projecting the energy of unworthiness. Hi, Jatindra. I hope I pronounced your name right. But no, this is you standing in your power again. Shy Glizzy got it on my... No, it's the song. The title of the song is On My Own, but it's Shy Glizzy. He's from Maryland, but yeah, just be mindful, because every time I think of him, I think about when he got arrested in Silver Spring, and going back to you have a mole, there's a snitch. I don't know, just be mindful. Don't be so trusting. That's the thing. And there's a need to, I don't know, definitely side-eye some shit right now. But you are, when this is all said and done, when this experience is all said and done, when it comes, I feel like there's going to be a balance between your feminine and masculine energy. I do feel like you are overexerted, overactive in your masculine energy. And you're not the only sign I said this to. And with the Queen of Wands representing the outcome as a ending factor, that divine feminine, but it's more so giving that Empress will be activated. The art of attraction, you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to labor so hard, which represents that 10 of Wands, laboring energy. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles, it will be more, you know, equal reciprocity type shit for you. But it's like you are very... It's like you're very action, do, but it's you. I don't feel like this is like physical action. This is all within the body, within the mind, which is why you have the Lovers here, Gemini in reverse. But you could definitely feel very turned off from people at this time. You could feel very like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay? Have you been weird all this time? And I'm just now noticing. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit like that going on. All right, let's see what I can't see. There's a lot hidden, though. Yeah, underneath the Lovers is the Devil. Some of you don't know how to relax and take a vacation. You think it's like you're perceiving your responsibilities as too much to play. But, you know, playing is a part of keeping the spark alive. Being carefree when you make mistakes, you know, laughing at yourself, laughing at the situation. You know, it is what it is, okay? Life goes on. But it's interesting. It's like you are unconsciously... This shit is weird. But it's like you're unconsciously living as if... I mean, yes, we should do this, but no, the fuck we shouldn't, okay? Because I feel like that's trying to control shit. I could go down a rabbit hole with it, but it's like you're unconsciously living like it's your last day. It's like, you know, I don't feel like you're having restful fucking sleeps at night, okay? And if you are, you probably fucking drunk as fuck, high as fuck, okay? In order to have that restful sleep. There's this, it feels like, anxiety is an understatement, okay? Anywho, so the energy, how you're showing up. Hold on. Is this upright? Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Okay, I love it. What's Spirit doing behind the scenes? The Ace of Swords. Did Scorpio get this? One of the other two signs got this too as a behind the scene energy, but the aces have been a theme. So there's a new beginning, but this is all connected to 2026 because it is, that's a 1 year. It's 10 simplified one. It's a 1 year, a brand new beginning. So new cycles. But representing your energy is the Queen of Swords upright, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. So her back is turned though. Even though they're both upright, her back is turned towards the Ten of Pentacles, the other people, the family, the friends. It's like I'm getting someone's like, I'm tired of chilling with y'all, talking to y'all, partying with y'all. Like, I don't know. I want no parts with y'all. Like, that's what it feels like. You see? All of these people, the family, okay, coming together, all is well. But her back is turned. It's like, it's a fuck no. Okay? I'm good on all of that. That's not really what it is. And then behind the scenes, Ace of Swords, heavy energy on the truth shall set you free. But this is realizations, truths, divine justice, fucking karma. And oh shit, I just now noticed this. The Queen of Swords is looking at the Ace of Swords. Even though this is behind the scenes energy, she has the sword. Spirit is giving her the sword. So three cards. Again, three is a theme. It's definitely all connected. We have double air, single earth, no emotion, no passion. But the passion is what's at the end with the Queen of Wands. So we're still missing the emotion. And with the Lovers being in reverse, that's still a missing of emotion. There's no cup. So you're definitely you're maneuvering with head over heart decisions. You're being you're very analytical. You could be critiquing yourself a lot. You could be critiquing others a lot. Again, you're in this energy of judgment. You're definitely in this energy of judgment. But with the Ace of Swords, it's interesting also because, yes, God has given her the sword. But if you look, let's get more into the details, okay? We're going to move to that deck next with the details card. But you see how she has the fucking sword, right? Oh, I'm sorry about the glare of the ring light. And she has her hand out, okay? Calling in, doing her command, whatever the fuck, okay? Now, if you look at this Ace of Swords, it's like I'm trying to grab that sword, but it's like it's away from her, okay? It's not the opposite way, okay? So this is, again, it's a power struggle for sure. And with that power struggle, again, it ties into the Bible verse, but it's like, it's money bag yo, me versus me, but it's definitely you versus them. And when I say them, I do feel like these are people that have been active in your, even if it's not everyday life, like, honey, this is time being spent together, okay? You feel called somewhere else. It's like you've mentally moved on from something, but you're physically sitting in something. And then with the Ace of Swords, it's like for you to grab this sword to your new beginning, it's like you're living within someone else's creation and not your own. Okay, so living within someone's creation, again, this could be someone else's home, under someone else's rules. Like, something is not fully autonomous. You're not fully sovereign in something. There's limits, there's restrictions here, which is why you have the sword here, because you're exhausted of those limits and restrictions, and you want to, again, ticking time bomb, blow some shit up, cut some shit the fuck off, so that you can cut some shit the fuck open. Okay, metaphorically speaking. But there's a need to be mindful of the energy that you are maneuvering in, and trying to gain this Ace of Swords energy, because yes, this sword does hold a crown. She's wearing a fucking crown, but in order to ensure that that crown is able to stabilize, like Jenga, okay, you know, stack on top of each other. Once the shit falls, you fucking lose, right? So this is a game, okay? Again, this is a matrix, and we have to play the game. So when it comes to playing the game, you have to be sure that when it comes to you, as I was mentioning, obtaining the Ace of Swords energy, that you're doing it righteously, okay? Not through ill intent, not, yes, you may have the power and the gift to speak karma, okay? Because, honey, there are some, very few, but there are some, okay? It just depends. But that's a whole nother conversation. But if you are given that energy of justice, you know, to be able to carry it out, call it out, okay, be the judge, juror, executioner, okay, but not in a ill intent way. Executioner as in, God bless you, you are cut the fuck off, you will never experience my energy again type shit, okay? Moving righteously for the betterment of you, not to piss somebody else off, not to trigger someone else, not to, you know, one up someone, shit on someone, okay? Again, what is the motive? What is the intention behind the motive? Because that's how you're being judged. So I do feel like, you know, Spirit is giving you, it's like that movie, what's that movie with Jim Carrey and fucking the fucking Morgan Freeman, Bruce Almighty? Okay, when you can, like, not to say literally, but that's the energy of the power you're being given. How are you going to utilize it? For selfish gain, or to free yourself and motivate others? There's a huge difference in the two, between selfish gain and with a point to prove, versus freeing yourself and then teaching others, okay? Now, I saw this clip on Instagram today from Kevin Gates that said, I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, I train people how to treat me, okay? And it's like, if you don't treat me right, then you don't experience me. And ooh, I split the deck to the Magician. Yes, how you utilize your power. And I feel like the collective is in that energy, okay? If it's not the collective, it's definitely Aries, Sag, and Leo. The fire energy is, he's an Aquarius. Aries, your opposite. All fire signs opposite, but that's coming up for you too. All right, let's move on. Your full moon is coming up as well. You got $13 days, 12 days. It's June 11th. Today is May 30th. We have one more day of May. So we have 12 days. Well, today will make the 13th. So, but 12, yeah. Well, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say, okay? And you started with 13 in reverse. So 12 is Hanged Man, perspective, Pisces, illusion. Again, your mind has moved on, but your physical body is still present. Your heart is just fucking, if honestly, it's like your heart is disconnected from everything. And that's a protection mechanism that humans use, which I fucking get it, okay? Because fucking I do it too. But what I have noticed, yo, Spirit does not like that. Like, God does not fucking like that. And I feel like that is a lesson that we have to all, if you want to, that's a part of the not reincarnating here lesson, okay? How do you protect yourself and still love unconditionally? It is hard as fuck, okay? And that shit will send you through a dark tunnel and rabbit hole of its own. And I feel like for people that are trying to overcome that journey, we need a fucking support group, okay? And I'm happy to lead it personally, but you're on that too. Ooh, it's coming to life. 29, so June 4th, throat chakra. June 13th, I did not mean to say that. So you need to pay attention to 13th, the 14th, okay? That post-shadow period after your full moon, because the Sag full moon is on the 11th. So the shadow would end 12, 13, 14, the 14th. Yeah, that post-shadow, life-changing. But you have coming to life, so June 29th also. You could be... getting something new that day. Yeah, getting something new, like new home, new car, new something. It's something that's beneficial to you, for sure. Like, it's not like you want to buy a new outfit. Like, no, it's something that's beneficial. Okay, Sag, June 2025. Look what's on the bottom. Intention with this egg and this owl. Aquarius energy is very... I'm very interested to see what Aquarius reading is like, because they kept coming up for Scorpio. It's coming up for you too with Kevin Gates, but you have the Bone Collector in reverse. You could be seeing 111. You're definitely in an energy of mastery. 29 breaks down to 11. Intention is 22. So again, this experience, 10 of Wands, you feel like you have to thug it. And yes, there are definitely things we have to thug it, but you have a human guide, like you do. You do. You have a human something. This little light of mine. Protecting treasures in reverse. Woo. You'll be seeing 9s as well. You're definitely hesitating on ending a cycle. You're trying to transmute a cycle versus end it. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're trying to transmute versus end. You don't know when to end. You don't know when to... And that could explain the Swords energy. Like, you don't know when to cut off. Your cutoff game, beloved, is not strong. It's not. It's not. Your ghosting game might be strong, but your cutoff game is not. Magic stream after saying that. 18. All right, so the 29th is upright, so June 29th. The 18th is upright, so pay attention to that. Ooh, and you have Golden Palace in reverse. Yeah, for a lot of you, this could be about a home, literally. But, and then underneath that, you have making a choice. So again, transmute versus cut off. And listening. Okay, so hold on. Let me focus on what's reversed first. Okay. So yeah, 3 cards reversed. The number 3. But in reverse, you have Bone Collector, Protecting Treasure, Golden Palace. Something definitely is not safe. And when I say not safe, like you are unstable. Something is not safe for your energy. It does not energetically protect you. Probably doesn't fucking physically protect you. Definitely does not fucking spiritually protect you. That's what I mean by unsafe. With protecting treasure in reverse. And Golden Palace, right? This is the energy of, just as an example, right? So let's just say, you know, you got a homie, right? You got a homie, homegirl, homeboy, whatever the case may be. Is somebody knocking? That's not on my door. Let me mind my business. Just feel like somebody's banging. Anywho, so yeah, you got a homeboy, homegirl, whatever the case may be, right? Y'all got an issue, right? Y'all have an issue. At the same time you're having an issue, you know, some shit go down, and instead of having your back, you know, loyalty, they like, fuck you. You can fend for yourself. Versus someone, you know, you have an issue, some shit don't go down, they're gonna put your issue to the fucking side that they have with you, deal with that, and then come back to you and deal with that. Like, it's a, I don't know, maybe you need to put people through loyalty tests. I don't know what this is, but again, something is unsafe. And with Bone Collector, there's nothing else to, it's in reverse. Upright, there's nothing else to, there's no more information to collect, no more experiences, there's no more knowledge that needs to be gained. It needs to be emptied so that you can make room for something new. Some of y'all be doing the TikTok trends. I don't know. I hear stay off the TikTok trends. I don't know. But that's representing the reversal energy. And now upright, again, you have coming to life, making a choice. You have home, and then you also have magic stream. So I feel like wherever you're called to go through next, wherever you're called to go to next, 27, 29, 30. We're missing the 28. Nine. Anyways, wherever you're going next, I do feel like this requires you to step out of your comfort zone somehow, some way. You definitely, with this making a choice, you have two options. You can stay or you can go. But I feel like the more that you become yourself, Sagittarius, your true self, your true form, meaning the more that you are living, breathing, and embodying your North Node energy, which is this magic, this representation of magic flow. Owl is definitely your spirit guide. You're getting a lot of owls coming through. And then there's a swallowtail butterfly in this coming to life card. So there's definitely a transformation. But it's like you can remain stuck, or you can choose to step into the overflow. And it's also giving me something is, it's like there's a, it's not necessarily financially restricted. For some of you, it could be, you could be experiencing a financial restriction because you need to move forward. You could think it's redundant as fuck to move forward while experiencing a financial restriction. And if that's the case, if you think that, then that is a telltale sign that your faith is barely to none, okay? And that you really don't, you know, trust your spirit team like that. You don't trust God like that. Even if you're wearing the crystals, doing the fucking meditations, you're not tapped in like that. If you're just saying fuck no to the risk, you know? And it's not Sagittarius-like as well. It's very your opposite, Gemini, to be in the mind. But the one thing about Gemini I will say is, even though they are mental, they love to explore. Like, they tap into the Sagittarius of them to actually explore. And for you, you rule the ninth house. You are not meant to, it's like once the experience has been experienced, you move on to the next. It's a consistent learning journey, okay? You're gonna have multiple experiences as far as life, but if you are in the same place you have been in for quite some time, then it's like, what more can you learn through life experience specifically? Not through reading a fucking book or no shit like that. Life experience. Because life experience truly is the best teacher. You're being called to spend more time in the forest, if you have a forest where you are. If you don't have a forest where you are, take a trip to the forest in summer, June preferably, if you can. It'll help bring clarity to something that you're seeking. Sagittarius. I don't know what to title this. June 2025. You had the Lovers reverse. You got soulmates in reverse. But loyal heart. Yeah, someone. You need to put someone through a loyalty test. And with chopped wood. It's interesting because I'm seeing someone like actually chopping wood. Like that's putting in work, labor, right? But there's, in this card, there's a broom, a pail, like where's the wood to be chopped? Now this is 42. Whenever I see 42, I refer to the 42 laws. But this is a new door being open as well. And you see this beam that's coming down? So it's definitely giving us something needs to be, like I see chipped wood, like it needs to be, it's like, what eats wood? Isn't it termites? Don't termites eat wood? You just need to go. You need to go, you need to move, you need to do something, okay? But it could be a disagreement with this loyalty that definitely pushes you out. But it's like, you know, Spirit is asking you, Sag, why did we have to get here for this to happen? Chaos and conflict. Which a lot of fire signs struggle with that, you know. You will literally thug it out to the very end just for it to still end, you know. Yeah. Saying the same thing. Let's move on. What else is happening with Sag in their everyday life in June? The sun is sideways. Hold on, Sag. A change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. But you have to. It's like that masculine energy that you are heavily active in. You're not utilizing it correctly. Because it's like, again, you're mentally gone, but you're physically stuck. Utilizing it correctly would be removing yourself from the situation as well, or moving yourself to whatever the fuck. I don't know. Yeah, King of Swords. He's sitting, but it's in a reverse. It's time to we got to get on the move. All right, Sag. What's happening in their life in June or whenever? Ooh. You could be saying 666, and if you are, it's not negative. It's just a sign to keep your thoughts positive. Again, your mind is heavy. My ego again, too big is so heavy. That's Gucci. So you're staying due to your ego. Again, but you don't think you're financially ready for something. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You could be trying to make new commitments with people, like taking trips. Like these are with, I don't know, this isn't, I keep getting like immediate circle. But the six of Pentacles is in reverse. Stop helping, stop assisting them. 6 of Wands upright. Free yourself, okay? It's like there's attention that you're worthy of, recognition that you're worthy of, with the sun being here, happiness that you're worthy of, that you're just not you are not receiving it in the present. It's just it's not there. And if it is there, it's definitely there in glimpses and not in consistency. Here it's not flowing like water. Seven of Swords sideways. And I don't know, pay attention to how people around you talk about other people they don't like, because that's exactly how they talk about you when you're not around. And I hear that song, What Can a Brother Do For Me? The Best Man I Can Be, that song. So whether masculine or feminine, these people, whoever I'm speaking of, they do not assist in helping you be the best person, the most enlightened, calm, high vibrational, emotional, intelligent person that you could be. It's like they love to play with your demons, you know? They love to play with your shadow. They think that shit is fun. But as soon as you want to tap the fuck in, it's like, where the fuck are they, you know? Now, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what father issues y'all have, right? And I don't know what the fuck Father's Day is triggering for you, but it's a lot going on. And for women, that disrespect men that truly desire to be present, and I know this may be, I'm just speaking collectively worldwide, like there's a I'm getting a reckoning of karma that's coming, and where it's interesting because the Ephesians chapter 6 is about children obey your parents, right? However, as I mentioned earlier, God does not like when our hearts are closed, no matter what we've experienced or are experiencing, you know? And when people love to, I would just simplify it as spit on Spirit's name. You know, Spirit does not stop loving and showing up, okay? It does not stop giving you another chance to wake up another fucking day and try again, you know? But where there is intentional hurt, there's karma coming for that. I'll just leave it there. Now, with this Father's Day energy, I don't know what the fuck is going on, because you got the Seven of Swords, okay? There's some deception here. You got the Star in reverse, okay? So this is not healing, okay? Not filling a cup. This is, I'm getting spite, like wanting to be spiteful, wanting to be devious, wanting to make someone feel pain. Like, bro, sis, I don't know who this word came out for in a prior sign, but the ricochet due to that is just, honey. Men just need to be celebrated more. The few good ones that are present. But we have the King of Cups and the Six of Cups. So we were missing the emotion. Here's the emotion. Here's the cups. It's interesting because it's giving me like masculine Sagittarius are definitely taking a more calm, cool, collective, balanced approach, right? Definitely, well, no matter masculine or feminine, you're definitely both in your mind. And it's interesting. It's like someone, oh, this shit is pissing me off. But with this King of Cups and Six of Cups, it's like there's a masculine that can only connect with his son, their children, through meditation, like through reminiscing, through memories, through, do you remember the times, Michael Jackson energy? And then he had the Neverland, so yeah, that energy. But, or it's like someone just doesn't want to give someone a chance, you know? Like someone doesn't believe someone has had the experiences to learn the lesson, but this is all about masculine energy. But there's also a trigger as well. Because especially when it comes to like daughter-son dynamics, there's not equal love there. Oh, this is a lot of family fucking drama. Or just absenteeism, you know? But I feel like someone wants to be present, but someone is not willing to give someone a chance. I don't know. Or it's just like, you know, even if it's like new conception, it's like, I don't want shit to do with you. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's very fucking rude. And it's not contributing to the world being a better place, okay? It's contributing to more trauma, Ace of Wands, more fucking therapy, okay? More shit to work through. It's not healing. It's not the star upright. It's just like, who can get the last word in, you know? Who can be the loudest? Who can be submissive? Who can be I don't know. It's just, it's like war games. Let's look at the moons. What's the Sag full moon doing for Sag? I got a card. I don't know. We're gonna just repull. Alright, believe in the impossible. Bring love into the situation is in reverse. New moon in Aquarius. Your commitment is being tested. That's your power. Believe in the impossible. Again, that's going back. I'm being brought back to, you may feel financially restricted and you're still being asked to move, okay? The end of a tough cycle. Look at this, okay? Thank you, God. Hold on, I gotta put the phone on the charger. But hold on. You see this? What do you need to release? The end of a tough cycle approaches. But with your commitment is being tested, believe in the impossible. You know, I moved to another state 9 months ago on a fucking check, okay? On a check. One check. And when I tell you I am not in the situation, the same situation, like faith the size of a mustard seed, you can have miracles. Like I am a living testimony. I don't know. Me saying that to someone definitely gave someone encouragement, but I moved here on a check, okay? And some of y'all got some savings and you scared to move. So just tap in, you know? Again, now I hear Bia again, you scared. Stop acting like a bitch, you scared. All right, but the Sag full moon is saying you should make a move, but you won't. Monica style. But the Sag full moon is definitely highlighting everything that we've discussed. So it's like, how are you going to move on now? And summer starts on the 20th. With that being said, let's get into the Cancer new moon. That's on June 25th. June 20th. Hold on. You have conclusions are within reach. You and your loved ones are safe. If it's just you, yourself, and I, you're good. If you have children, y'all are good. However, it's like the crab will snap if you've been, I hear of ill intent. Yeah. Anything else for the Cancer new moon for Sag? See, step out of your comfort zone. Thank you, thank you. I should make a move, but I won't. I know you probably think that something is wrong, knowing if I do, then it won't be right. I don't get down on the first night. So some of y'all probably think, you know, by me saying I moved here on a check, okay, that was dumb as fuck, okay? No, it wasn't. It was not, okay? It did not make sense at the time. But honey, I was low-key desperate, okay? At the same damn time, I was. And I was willing to do anything to get out of... I was willing to make whatever fucking sacrifice I made. But, I always say, do not make long-term decisions off of temporary emotions. However, whatever we've been discussing, this has been... It's like Jenga, okay? The shit has been building. This shit's about to fucking crash. How are the Sag full moon and the Gemini new moon working together overall for Sag? Shit. I keep referencing the Cancer new moon as a Gemini new moon. But again, it feels like the Cancer new moon is just part 2 of the Gemini new moon. But let me re-ask the question. How is the Sag full moon and the Cancer new moon working together for Sag in June? There we go. It's helping you to relax and trust. It's also unconsciously teaching you. I don't think teaching is the right word, but somehow whatever this experience is in faith really go hands in hand, like they connect really well. Because how they're working together, we have the answers you need are coming in reverse. Will take time to breathe out upright. So the answers you need are coming. It's like you already have the answers. You just need to do. You have received the confirmation. You just need to do. And it's like that relaxation, that peace, that great night's sleep, you know, that not being fucking under anxiety 24/7 or dreading to go home or whatever the case may be, and that energy will be alleviated. Yeah. What else for Sag? I really have no idea what to title this. Sag June, please, thank you. Yeah, balance, chaos in reverse. Compassion upright, that's that open heart. But you have wisdom in reverse, the witch doctor. Again, you're trying to transmute, but the wisest choice would be to just walk away. Yeah, and you're not protected. Oh yeah, protection in reverse. I think I said what I needed to say. Yeah, nothing else needs to be spoken. Okay. Final messages for Sag, please. June. Oh, damn. So, only card I can see, victory. Victory is yours, but victory in some endeavor. Victory in this transition. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. That's it. Yeah. I see mice, discord among friends or family, fear, worries, tense situations. We spoke on that. Now on the bottom you have carriage, your energy, a journey. Either physical or mental, but a physical journey frees you mentally. I'm about to title this a physical ending. Frees you mentally. That's about to be your title. So again, you're going to have victory no matter what it is that you're battling, okay, what has you hot and cold. Whatever has you with that energy of it's a thin line between love and hate, you will overcome. Now, I'm going to look at the cards that landed on the Moonology. So I feel like this is what's happening in the shadows, what's brewing in the shadows. Oh, you have marriage, good fortune, okay. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, Fox energy. So this is intelligent money moves, but you have to pay attention to your finances. So this isn't the time to be careless with your spending. This is a time to spend on what you need and not what you want, especially if you're concerned. If you are experiencing that financial restriction, just be more disciplined, and then connect with spirit to find a creative solution out of this, or a creative way to attract what you need. Just either or. Okay? But again, what's brewing behind the scenes, good business, good money, and commitment. But again, there's a need to focus on needs and not wants, necessities, not wants. And it's interesting, pay attention to the people that you speak. You know, I'm trying to do this and this and that, but they're still encouraging you to spend. You know, it's like they don't give a fuck about what you got going on. They give a fuck about their self-pleasures in the moment. Just pay attention. All right, so you also have younger man, dealings or relationships with a younger man. This doesn't have to be in age. It could just be in maturity, emotional maturity. You have bowl, plenty of material things. You have frying pan, trouble, accusations. You have chain of events that will affect your life. You have boats, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And then you have acts, forces working against you. So the forces that are working against you is connected to this trouble, accusations. Masculine energy is definitely involved. It could be a fucking stud too, okay? I don't know, but it's someone. I hear bitches talk too much. That's just what I hear. So, or you remember when Drake said niggas talk more than bitches? That shit too. I don't know. Yeah. When it comes to the chain of events, you have plenty of material things and money. So financially, if you're not financially good right now, you will be. There will be victory in that. Your money could be hot and cold, okay? Honey, you love it when shit is up. You hate when shit is down. But there's going to be, again, free yourself from this physical shit. Abundance is a reward, pretty much. Definitely don't get involved in the gossip. This is a time to really just be in the cut. And definitely do not tell your plans to people that don't need to know about them. Like, yeah. But I split the deck to angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. And that's going back to the energy that we were speaking of in the beginning. Like, there's someone that you know that is an angel to you in human form. Connect with them. Tell them what you need. I don't know. I got what you want. I got what you want. I got what you need. Can I get another shot? I remember that song. It's time to make it hot. All right. Spirit, what do you want Sag to know before we go? What do you want Sag to know before we go? What else? I need another one. You have, this card is in reverse, and I'm going to honor it in reverse too. It says, star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. I hear these people are not your fucking people. Whoever we've been talking about. If you needed more confirmation. But once you move on, the stars will be aligned. You will be home and connecting with your tribe. It feels like you're going to connect more to your spiritual bloodline, because there's a difference between a spiritual bloodline and a physical bloodline. Yeah, I split the deck to ancestral realm. There's a difference. But what else for Sag what do you want them to know before we go? The inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundation to your root chakras of focus. Aww. So you have the Holy Grail, the cup. We missed the cup at the beginning and we're ending with the cup. Beautiful. Inner discovering, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. That's that bia. Stop being scared, okay? And somebody loves you. And now I hear someone to love you by rough ends. I don't know. That's the energy you're in right now. Rough ends, yeah. Anything else before we go? All right, that's the last one. Oh, you have Thoth coming through. Okay, Thoth is the teacher. Hey, Thoth. I love Thoth. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. So I don't know if you know what I've talked about this a minute ago. Actually, I want this to be my ring whenever I get married. But it's a Gimel ring. A Gimel ring is 3 rings that connect into one. It interlocks into one. And as I focus on this Holy Grail, you see these 2 rings connecting? But then the star gathering has a ring as well around it. So yeah, this is definitely, if you don't know about Thoth, look into Thoth, okay? Thoth and Maya, they go together, okay? But yeah, look into Thoth and Anubis and them. But with great teacher awakening, you're definitely, whatever you are overcoming, the lessons will, like, you'll pass it down to your generation. It's a life lesson that's going to be passed down. It's intense. But the alchemy that's being birthed from this, it intrigues people. It really does. And you know, if you think about the Holy Grail is heavily, heavily protected by the Vatican. There's, I think it's what, a fucking officer for the cup at all times or some shit. I had started watching a documentary or something about it, but it's heavily protected by the Vatican. And I feel like this is representation, you being heavily protected by spirit. And it may not feel that way or seem that way, but you're being asked if you're heavily meant. It's interesting because I feel like for you, especially with your opposite being Gemini, when you're experiencing a lot of mental Energizer Bunny type shit, it's like that spirit's way of guiding you to tap out of your brain, out of your mind, into your third eye. Like really just cut the outside world off for a minute and just tap in. Let me show you what the fuck is contributing to the chaos, okay? Let me show you what needs to be eliminated. Let me bring some truth and enlightenment to you, aka Thoth energy. Let me show you the lesson that I'm trying to teach you type shit. But it's like you don't want to do it that way. Your ego is like, no, I just want to find a way to transmute this energy right here, right now, because I'm just not ready to move on to the next cycle. Sag. Are we good, Spirit? Hold on. I'm hungry. Final message for Sagittarius, please. Thank you. How the fuck? You started with the 10 of Wands. And now we have the 10 of Air, the 10 of Swords. So it says the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now, recovering from an addiction. So the addiction could be, you could I don't know, something feeds your lower self, which is also a contribution as to why you're so present. You're physically present and the energy and mentally tap the fuck out. Yeah. And then on the bottom, the three of Wands, 3 of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. The patience is once you make the physical move, how it comes together. Don't expect everything to come together overnight or within the first month or 6 months, okay? Baby, I'm 9 months in and I just feel like I'm just now getting settled, okay? But for you, it's like, take your time with the experiences and learn how to have more fun with these experiences and really play chess in a way where it doesn't overwhelm you, because you have the power to indulge in the experiences in a way where it is fun and not dreadful, okay? But that's all I have to say. But you really, I hit my hand. You really, what am I trying to say? You really need someone to talk to, okay? Because I didn't been pulling the last card for the last 5 minutes. So talk through, you need to have that conversation with whomever. Yeah, justice, fair and just decisions. Have that conversation because you want it. A lot of you, I don't know, do you feel like you'll be judged? You done already judged yourself. Okay, it's like, honey, the spirits don't need to judge you because you've been judging yourself. But they are judging you still being physically present in the situation. So I'm going to end it there. I feel like I want me to talk to y'all some more, but I got to go. Yeah. I will see y'all soon. I love you. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I said everything. Okay, love you, bye. I don't know who's next, but I'm doing one more sign. Okay, bye.